Okay, so there's no real way to start out a video about depression, especially your depression. And there's no way to possibly explain to anyone exactly how you feel for fear of that they'll leave you and that they'll never understand where you're coming from because they don't live in your head constantly bringing you down. They're always trying to build you up. But them constantly trying to do that never helps, and it just makes it worse because you feel like you'll never live up to their expectations and you'll never be able to be as happy as they are. And even though you know deep down that they can't possibly be as happy as you perceive them to be, you still can't help but think that they're just the happiest people in the world and that they'll never be able to feel exactly how you feel. So, how do you explain that to someone that you really care about without feeling like a complete and total jackass? I still haven't yet figured out how to explain it to someone, and I still have yet to figure out why I can't explain it to someone and why it's so hard. The only real way to explain it is just to say that it's like falling into an endless black pit and there's no way out, no way to stop it, and there's no possible way to fix it except for to let it fix itself. And what I mean by that is when you fall into it, you just have to wait until it passes to get back out and be happy again, because that's how I get. And when I'm as low as I am right now, I still manage to put a smile on my face and try and make others feel good and make them feel like I feel okay, because I don't want to be this depressed fuck that everyone has to worry about constantly. But I also like to seclude myself from people and not talk as often. And in doing that, I end up hurting people, and that has to be the worst feeling in the world, because you know that you're hurting them, but your brain is already sitting there telling you, well, you're gonna hurt them anyways, you're gonna disappoint them, you'll never be as good as they can get, they can do so much better, you're just this depressed fuck that no one can help, and you can't even help yourself, so why would they want to sit there and help you? And that's really the only way I know how to explain it, because that's constantly what my brain is telling me. You can't do this, you can't do that. You'll never be happy, you'll never make someone else happy. Okay, you're making them happy now, but you know you're gonna fuck up later on. And it's just this constant voice in your head that keeps bringing you down and down and down and down. And the more someone pressures you into trying to talk about it or trying to express the way that you feel, you keep getting more and more anxious, and it just makes you feel even worse. And so you have to find an alternative to make you happy. So you go out and you buy a couple energy drinks like I did the other day, and you get hyped up and your brain is just going completely haywire because the energy drink has pumped you up and you're just sitting there and you're hyper and you're going crazy and your brain can't really focus on one thing. But then when you start to slow down, it hits you hard again and you start thinking, well, why am I in this position? Why do I feel this way? Why am I acting this way? Why am I doing this? Why do I need this alternative to make me happy? I should be able to make myself happy on my own. I should be able to feed off of other people's happiness and be happy myself, but you can't do it. And that's pretty much it. That's what it's like to live in my brain anyways. And I know people have different forms of depression, and I know some people may or may not feel the same way that I do, but I know that that's the way that I feel, and there's no way to help it. But with this upcoming new year, I'm trying to help myself so I can be a better girlfriend to my girl, and so I can be a better person to myself and for my friends, because I always feel like I don't talk to them enough because I get in these moods where I just can't do it, and yet I'm always trying to help them with theirs, but I never want help with mine because I just feel like I'm constantly bothering them, and I don't want to feel that way. So that's why I'm here today, bitching about my fucked up brain, sitting here wondering if someone feels the same way, and basically reaching out to see if people do feel the same way that I do, or if they don't. And even if they don't, if they can somewhat relate to what I'm saying, like, you just don't feel like someone who belongs in the world. You just feel like you're out there all by yourself. You feel that loneliness even when you're in a big group of people. You just feel like you're completely alone and that no one will ever be able to help you or save you, and you're just constantly just there, like not even living. You're just going along with each and every day, just sitting around, not being able to go out into the world and do anything. And it fucking sucks. But you can't help it. And you can't find any alternatives. So, what do you do? I guess that's my big question. So, how do you feel?